All right, well, here it is on the next day with some lights. So definitely the wheels, the tires, and the spoiler definitely helped a ton in the looks department. I think it looks a little bit better. Nothing too crazy. The exhaust looks like it's a properly sized muffler now instead of that rinky-dink little straw that I had. So I still got to toss on the little caps, but for today we're gonna go ahead and probably swap out this bumper because mine has seen better days. So I do have a hood, just because someone kind of backed up into me, and right here there's a little bit of a dent, so I may or may not replace this hood today, but definitely the bumper needs a little bit of help. And then I'm debating whether or not to keep the yellow fog lights. I got the clear ones, and then I also got the yellow ones, but we'll see. I'll probably toss on the clear ones just to see how it looks, see how I like it. But yeah, let me know which ones you guys like best, either the yellow ones or the clear ones. All right, let's go ahead, pop this hood open, get the headlights out, and get the bumper out, because it looks like we got a tab there on each corner and then all along the front. So looks like we're probably gonna have to be taking out the grille and the headlights so we can access this hardware. Alright, looks like for the grill it was pretty easy, so looks like mine has seen better days. I don't think this is the correct grill, but looks like you're supposed to at least have two little tabs there and then two there. So this is where the grill would hook on the bottom and then lean forward to the front, on the bottom and to the front. And then I already kind of loosened up this side just to kind of understand how everything works. So we had 3 bolts on this side, 1 Phillips screw so we could remove the side marker, and then 3 more bolts on this side. So this headlight is in here. It's pretty well installed, I'll give them that much. And then of course, let that down without breaking it. The plug, you just press along the sides. So press on the sides and then that's how you get it off. So pretty neat plug. Never seen one of these. So all right, next is repeat the same on that side, and then we can access all of these little plastic push clips that of course are all different, and hopefully we can get this bumper off. All right, after you get all those out, get your corner pieces. The other side did not have a bolt, it was just a zip tie. That's what you get with used cars. This one seems like it has a little 10mm hidden in there, so I'll use a ratchet, get her out. Alright, and then coming to the front where your license plate area is, looks like we got one more tricky little guy right behind it. So we'll buzz that guy out super quick, and I think the bumper should come out. Yeah, here's one of those that I just had a break out. I think I got more, so I'll just, yep, there it goes. Now we're gonna remove the bumper. Yeah, who cares? It's all beat up anyways. Unplug our fog lights and install the bumper that actually has turn signals in it. Alright, now something to note. The turn signals for the RS have this style connector. The turn signals for a regular Coupe L have this connector. So the connectors are different. So you will need to do a little bit of soldering and heat shrinking. Nothing crazy. It's pretty easy. If not, just, use a butt connector. Same thing for the fog lights. Seems like the fog light connector is different from those to these. Ugh, those things need to be cleaned. So I'm probably just gonna end up switching over the fog lights, the yellow ones, over to this guy, just because I don't feel like cutting that connector. I think I'm gonna get some extra ones to adapt my car. Alrighty, now once you're content with your solder job, go ahead, slide your heat shrink, take a little lighter, and essentially just warm it up. And it should essentially just shrink on there and give you a good seal. So now I'm gonna go ahead, replace these lights, finish up that last connector, and slap this bumper in the reverse order that we took it off. Alright, and if you're lucky like me, you'll have a bunch of bolts break, or someone ramrodded the bolts until they literally cut into the plastic, like where you can't get a socket on it. And of course, they just round out like crazy on the Phillips head side. So next order of business, I just noticed I did not have this little cool little adjuster that they come with. So I'll be stealing that and adding it to this guy. I think this is how you adjust them up and down. So I'll go ahead and replace that. Swap these fog lights over. These look just a lot better. I did think about just swapping out the wiring, but these are pretty beat up because you can swap the wiring inside. It's just two little spade connectors and you can get it done that way, but I really like the yellows, not gonna lie. So yeah, similar setup. So let me go ahead, swap all this stuff over and steal one of the brackets off the other bumper. All right, and then after you put those million push cups back in and get all your hardware back in, it is time to sneak this guy in through there and get your corner lights back on. But yeah, that's looking a whole lot better. Even though this bumper is a little bit tattered and ugly, the big thing is that all of these scratches are repairable once this car ends up eventually going to paint. Looks like it used to be like a blurple color. This bumper though, yeah, it's all warped and dented, cracked there, dented there. There's just a giant hole there. Yes, the paint probably matches it a lot better, but it is just in horrible shape. So that's why I replaced it. Even though this one is gonna make my car look a little bit more on like the parts car, but maybe it'll give me motivation to just order the correct black paint that matches the car's paint code and then just give it a quick little coat. Nothing too crazy. So maybe in the future I will end up painting this bumper just to help the looks department until this car actually gets a proper paint job. But for now, I think, I don't know honestly which one looks better. Either old and beaten up but the correct color, or slightly off shade but better condition. You guys let me know. Alright, and this is our final product of everything that we did. So yeah, that bumper definitely does stand out quite a bit in person, but I think for now it's fine. I mean, the hood's still a different shade as well. There's still little bits here and there that need to be done, like the interior. I still need to reinstall the kick panel in here and put those plugs back and essentially just really vacuum and clean up the car. But I think I'm gonna do that off screen. So all right, want to do one small little last minute update is I did get the alignment done and the tint, and here's I guess the final walk around of how the car ended up. So we did 20% all the way around with a 5% strip. The tan interior does make it look a hair lighter, so but overall visibility is really good. It's not too dark. There it is. Still missing, still gotta get better sun visors. Missing a sun visor, but the stereo's back in it. I did make a little short of how that went. Overall, driving the car pretty solid. Everything runs pretty nice. Does definitely. I'll start it just so I can show that still 0 check engine lights. The only downside is, yeah, I'm still missing my little HVAC knob for the temp, so I need to find me one of those or find a whole new setup. Figured out the vacuum leak. It was just a line that had popped off, so it was super easy. Right now the car is cold, so it's a little bit on the high idle, so that should come down. One thing I did want to kind of note is if you use the Forester transmission, the cable driven speedometer will still work, but I think because of the different gear ratio that is in the Forester, I think it's like a 411-ish final gear ratio, and the differentials, my speedometer is a little bit off. So if it says I'm doing 70, I'm doing like about 65. It's not as far off if I'm doing like 35. It'll be like 33 according to like using the GPS on my phone. So take note of that. I would highly recommend doing the WRX transmission over the Forester. Yes, the Forester will make the car feel more torquey, but it shortens up the gears a lot. So you'll be in 4th gear, 5th gear doing like 35, 45 miles an hour. So take that little bit of information. I would do the WRX because I believe they are a 3.96 or somewhere around there. It'll be a little bit more freeway friendly. So I don't think there's really much left for this car other than just continuing finding the small little pieces. So just need one of those. Need the proper shift boot. It could use some new speakers because some of these are blown, so I'll probably just be doing little stuff like that on the side. Nothing too crazy. So there you go. The Impreza is done. So I don't think there's really anything else I'm going to change on it other than just those little tidbits, like the trying to find the button that's missing and maybe a different shift boot. I'm probably not going to change the transmission unless I'm going to change out that engine. So screw trying to change transmissions on these cars. It's not difficult, but it's back breaking work. And then after that, really just get the car set up to go to paint. But yeah, I think it'll be a good little daily driver, something to keep the miles off the truck, because that thing has seen a ton of them. Something kind of just, if I gotta go to a store somewhere where I'm probably gonna get door dinged, I'm not gonna be sad if this thing gets door dinged, because it's got scratches and dents all over it. But yeah, let me know how it came out. If you like it, should we do another one? Should we change anything on the car? Maybe add like a little lip, or I know there's some side skirts you can get for them, but honestly, I'm really enjoying the look of where it's at right now. I think all it really needs is just a paint job and just to find all the little odds and ends for the interior, like speakers and the button. But all right, catch you guys later. Deuces.